Hi, I'm astrologer and life coach Penny Dix. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Or if you are a new visitor here, welcome to you. And I'd love it if you could subscribe. And welcome to Scorpio's Ultimate 2023 Astrological Overview. And that's for the Sun in Scorpio or for the Ascendant, also known as the rising sign. Scorpio, well, your co-ruler Mars, that was the traditional ruler of Scorpio, has been retrograde for some time in Gemini. And that's been in the part of your chart that is to do with your kind of joint resources, your investments, your pension plans, anything like that. Unless you're too young to be interested in any of that, then it's more to do with, well, do you know, interestingly, this part of the chart can be to do with sexuality, and it can be transformation in that department. It can just mean actually having quite an interesting time. So that's one part of what Mars does in this part of the chart. Now, Mars has been retrograde, but finally on January the 12th, it goes direct. Now, with regard to your joint resources, this is going to just speed things up a bit. If there is any money owed to you, then it's more likely to appear whilst Mars goes forward. And if it's with regard to, say, transformation and sexuality, then I just think it's just going to be a super interesting time for you. What else can I say, Scorpio, without having this video taken off the air? So that's one thing I want to say. But let's look at my lovely big boy, Uranus. Now, Uranus has been in Taurus now for some time, and this is your 7th house of significant, close personal relationships. Now, Uranus has really been upsetting things, hasn't it, Scorpio? It turns things upside down. It changes things. It's brought new people in, got rid of people that perhaps you didn't want to go, and perhaps got rid of people that you did want to go. So that's all to do with your close personal one-to-one relationships. Now, it's been retrograde and it's finally going direct on the 22nd. So this will just actually bring a little sense of calmer waters for a while, because I think things have been quite choppy. I don't even think it's choppy waters. I think it's in some ways been quite rough seas with what's been going on for some of you with your one-to-one relationships. Now, remember, Uranus here can also bring unexpected opportunities to meet someone new. So that's another aspect, especially of Uranus going direct. But I also want to draw your attention to Jupiter, my big outer boy Jupiter, our planet of luck, opportunity, expansion. Now, Jupiter has been in your 6th house, Aries. Now, this has been having you running all over the place with your kind of day-to-day routine. And it's also highlighted maybe some little health issues. You've maybe had to sort of really consciously try to slow down, which has been difficult because Jupiter's just been urging you to keep going, keep moving forward. And Jupiter is here again until May the 16th. Now, whilst Jupiter stays in this part of your chart, it's really important to keep an eye open for anything that flares up, because Jupiter can flare things up because it expands. So whilst it's here, be mindful, and if anything kind of pops up, get it seen to straight away. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's going to happen. It's just a heads up in case that kind of thing is around for you. Now, on May 16th, Jupiter's moving into Taurus. Now, of course, this is your 7th house of significant relationships, and it's going to be here for a couple of years or so. Now, this is going to be super nice because it's bringing opportunity to meet someone new if you're single. It's also bringing opportunities for current relationships to just improve considerably. And it's also bringing just a general sense of well-being to your close one-to-one relationships. Now, I mean, at some point, Jupiter's going to come up and meet Uranus. Now, that's going to be super exciting, but let's hold our horses and wait for when that comes up. That's just a far off heads up of what happens when Jupiter meets Uranus in your 7th house. So let's see what else is going on, because you've had Saturn, the planet of structure, putting down roots, can also be change. You've had Saturn in Aquarius in the part of your chart that's to do with home and family. Some of you will have moved house. Some of you will have done a lot of structural changes within your own house. And some of you will have put down roots, or there will just have been certain issues that will have come up. Maybe some restrictions with certain issues to do with family, but things will have been kind of in the forefront of your mind to do with family. Now, Saturn is finally moving into Pisces, which is your 5th house of fun, and it moves in on March the 7th. Now, Saturn is our planet of containment, boundaries, restrictions. It's Pisces that it's moving into. Now, it sounds as if that might be a bit boring for social life and having fun. But, you know, Saturn, I think, will help you to be more discerning about choosing the creative ventures or the social kind of situations that you want to be with a little bit more kind of being sensible about it and thinking, is this really what I want to do? Are these really the people I want to be spending my time with? So actually, I think it's going to be super helpful because it's Pisces. It means your intuition is going to be kind of heightened, and it's almost like Saturn will give structure to your intuition, which can't be bad. Then we need to look at Pluto. Pluto, my small outer big boy, because he's a dwarf planet, but he is a planet. Pluto is our planet of transformation. Pluto has been in Capricorn, in your sector of communication, for 20 years. And I suspect, Scorpio, there have been lots of changes with the way you communicate. I think you will have upped your game considerably, especially when both Saturn and Jupiter were also in this part of your chart. It's probably been quite tough, and you've had to learn a lot about yourself, to learn how to manage yourself in a better way in how you talk, quite frankly, to others. Now, Pluto is finally coming to the end of its journey in Capricorn, which means it will move into Aquarius, which is your 4th house of home and family. Just when you thought you weren't going to do any more moving, I wouldn't be at all surprised if Pluto sees some of you moving house or even moving country when it finally moves in next year. Not 2023, but 2024. Now, let's come back to 2023, because what Pluto is going to do is it's going to dip its toes into Aquarius on March the 23rd. Now, March is a significant month in 2023. It just dips its toes in, so it might bring you ideas of what you might like to change in the future. And on May the 1st, it actually moves, what does it do? Hang on, Pluto actually goes retrograde on May the 1st, and it will move back into Capricorn, your 3rd house, on June the 11th. Now, when it moves back into Capricorn, it's just really giving you a kind of like a heads up to say, Are you sure you've dealt with this bit of your life yet? Are you sure you've really refined the way you communicate in a way that serves you better? So that's kind of some of the energy that will be around then, because then Pluto will finally go direct again in Capricorn on October the 11th, and it will move into Aquarius fully January 21st, 2024. So 2024 could be a very interesting year for you, Scorpio. So there we go. That's a kind of a heads up overview for all the astrological energies you need to know for 2023, Scorpio. Remember, Scorpio, the planets and the planetary energies incline us. They show us the way. They show us what we could do if we choose to work with those energies. They're showing us the way that is not the best way to go. That's one of the uses of astrology. They're also, and with that, they may produce events to kind of say, hey, course direction. You need to be going down this path. But it's always up to us if we choose to walk through the door or walk down the path. So remember that. So astrology is an amazing tool if we use it in that way. And if we don't work on it, in a sense, on a psychological inner level, it will produce external events that really make us have to look within and think, what is this about? So there we go. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for joining me for your ultimate astrological overview for 2023. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.